now tuned in to DAR Sports Media. Yeah, that's my Michelle. We are in here for college football week 3. And week 3 has started off with a little bit of news, ski. Pac-12, the fire rises. They refuse to die. In the middle of the night last night, literally at about 11 o'clock Eastern time, the rumors started flying around and ended up coming true in the morning. The Pac-12 bringing in Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Diego State. All of them not actually states. But a big deal, and more to come, it looks like. The Pac-12 trying to make a comeback to be considered an FBS conference. You have to have 8 teams, so they will be up to 6 with that. Pretty surprising stuff, middle of the night stuff. I'm surprised some teams are not in it. There's rumors that Cal and Stanford are considering coming back now. I'm surprised there was no UNLV involved, which makes me think there's probably going to be a second round of this happening. And also, it makes you wonder, future of the Mountain West, is this when finally we get Montana into the fold on the D1 level? Does Idaho come back? Idaho's been, there's a lot of considerations for that situation for them, both of those teams. Does Sacramento State come up, who has been dominant on the D2 level for the last few years? Tons of questions with this. This is a wild scenario. I said when all of this originally happened, before we had the college football, I said, if San Diego State comes over, this is going to, I think that has a real potential of becoming a powerhouse, because I just don't know how you go to that campus with resources and you don't walk away with a commitment. I don't know how they haven't been good up till now. I don't know how they've been good on the Mountain West level. Fellas, what do we think? Pac-12 resurrection, the teams involved, teams that might be involved. Tay, what are your thoughts, man?
I'm surprised they're moving so fast. I thought they were going to be the Pac-2 for a minute, but yeah, it's going to take them a minute. It's going to take the Pac-12 to come back to form, because I would say the Pac-12 was one of the best conferences last year. So just adding like Fresno State, Boise State, like it's gonna take a minute. They're gonna have to get some better recruits and stuff like that. But it's good, because the Power 5 it's just been a thing for so long, and I mean it's only 4 conferences right now. So I wonder if that'll change the college football playoff.
Yeah, because another thing that could be fallout from this,
because of the whole if you win your conference championship, you get the first round bye. Yeah. I wonder how that works now that there's 5 conferences again. Well, when it happens, could be 16 teams soon, so it's good to see they're back. It's gonna be weird though. No Oregon, no Washington,
USC, no UCLA.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of weird, but I mean, you gotta start from somewhere. So,
and it's wild the path that Boise State, they were the quintessential non P5, whooping up on everybody, undefeated every year. One of the main teams that has been the driving force to changes of more access being allowed to have the opportunity to win championships in college football. They were one of the primary arguments for years and years and years and years. And the journey they took to when, almost joining the American Conference when the Big East dissolved, and then going back to the Mountain West and still being a solid team. Now is the time, with everything that's happened, that they get an invite to the Pac-12, and they are there. Crazy stuff for Boise State. Happy for them. Hope everything works out. Harvey, we'll do the Pac-12 resurrection first, and then we'll talk about what it might mean going forward.
Yeah, me personally, I'm just happy that they're bringing some semblance back of the Pac-12. It won't be nothing like the previous era, but like what Tay said, you got to start somewhere, and if it means bringing in a few schools like a Boise State, a San Diego State, and maybe even bringing back Cal or Stanford. I'm all for it.
Tay, what do you think? What another part of this that really interests me is what the future of the Mountain West looks like after this. And it makes me wonder if this is finally the time that we get a Montana to come up. We get an Idaho to come up. Teams like that, Sacramento State, for instance, as well, also plays in the Big Sky in Division II. I guess it boils down to your opinion on what is truly the better quality of life. Is it being a dominant powerhouse on the Division II level, or is it coming up, trying your hand, and being, trying to be competitive towards the top of the Mountain West? I think most of us believe that Montana and North Dakota State, for that matter, and those types of teams could be very competitive in the Mountain West. I think if I saw them, on the slate, I mean, we just saw it. What was it? It was Montana State was favored against a Mountain West team in New Mexico. So I think that they could be competitive. The answer that Montana and the Sacramento States of the world have given for years and years and years is the other way. Hey, we're doing great down here. We're winning national championships. We have a full stadium. Our fans are happy. There's really nothing in it for us. It seems like this is the biggest opportunity that could possibly pop up for this to happen. What are your thoughts on that, Tay?
It is like pros and cons, to them joining. But I'll say this: I think they should come up because, again, I'm gonna go back to the college football playoff. There's a chance, with the 12 seed, if you have the best record of the 9 Power 5 schools, you get in that way. So I mean, there's a chance for something bigger, something better. And I mean, I think a lot of people will want to go.
Can you imagine an undefeated Mountain West champion Montana and one of those down south or Florida teams has to come to Missoula, Montana in fucking January?
Yeah.
And fucking try to win a game? Isn't that an insane thing to think about?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a stadium, man, and it's gonna be fucking fuck-ass cold up there. So
yeah. But I do think they should try to level up and it's just more opportunity. Like I said about the college football playoff, it's not a big chance, but there's a slight chance. There is a chance. I don't know.
I would call it more than slight. I think Montana, North Dakota State, Montana State, I think they'd have a pretty decent chance of winning the Mountain West, being a 9 or 10 win team in the Mountain West. Now, Idaho is a little bit different. They went to D2 for a reason, because they were just, that's a huge turnaround, rags to riches situation where they were probably the worst program in D1 for a while. They go down to D2. They're making the playoffs. The stadium's full. They're having a great fucking time down there. I don't foresee them coming back anytime soon. But the Washington State Idaho rivalry was always a blast. A lot of people don't know Moscow, Idaho, Pullman, Washington, where the two schools are at. They're literally like 8 miles apart, the two campuses. So it was fucking pretty legit, cool rivalry. Lee, what do you think about some of those big teams right there in that region, possibly coming up to the Mountain West?
That would be interesting, because at some point you want to upgrade from what you're doing right now. These, like a Montana State or Idaho, I mean, you kind of want to. I figured they wonder what it would be like to be in the FBS and compete with the big boys, because we've already proved ourselves at the FCS level. Let's try our hand at the FBS level and see what happens.
What do you think there? So Apollo is perched He's off there in the back corner with the hat pulled down. And he's listening. Just conceptually, I know you probably don't know quite as much about the D2 college football as you usually do on the show, but from a conceptual standpoint, what do you think of? Okay, do we stay dominant on the D2 level, or do we take our fucking shot at the D1 with this opportunity in the Mountain West and with so much access now with the expanded playoffs?
Let's see. I think they should take the shot and go to D1. Like you said, with all the resources and things at their disposal, why not?
And like I said, the expanded access, 12 teams make it now, and and enough games to have a shot.
And what that does is, it gives all the fan bases, hope that their team could make it. So I mean, why not? I mean, you have a legitimate shot just as much as anybody else, But I think they should just make that jump, make that leap.
Tay, what? We talked about it last week, and here comes, I planted the seeds, and up came the fucking harvest. I expressed concerns about the lack of explosion that I saw in the Notre Dame offense, and it came to fucking bear this weekend. One of the biggest upsets in recent modern history, biggest win in the history of the Northern Illinois University program. Big fucking shout to them. Their coach, that was one of the coolest fucking moments I've seen in a long time. His post-game interview, where he was just so proud of his guys and so happy for them. I love that kind of shit. Tay, give us thoughts, man. Your super team fucking took a tumble this weekend. I also think that they're, first thoughts on the game. Second, I think they're one loss away from it probably being over this year.
Oh yeah, they have to win out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely, because they got the hardest conference in college football too, so that helps. I mean, yeah, they have to win out pretty much. They have to just not lose and climb their way back up into the top 12. Because they can't rely on being 17 seed playing against the HC, and just winning the conference. They don't have that, so they have to, they have to win out, and wherever they land, that's where they're at. So, kind of sucks. I don't know why they don't just join the ACC. They have a contract, they have a deal. They have to play 5 ACC teams a year. If y'all didn't know that, come on, just join the conference.
What do you think of the game? What are your thoughts on the team now?
Yeah, the game though. Defense is there.
It was a slugfest for sure.
Defense is there, but I don't know. I don't know why they just can't score. I thought Riley Leonard was going to be a lot better. Maybe he sucks. I don't know. But he might be bad. I thought he was good last year, but he might just be bad. I mean, I like Notre Dame's running back. I like Jeremiah Love. But yeah, the offense was bad. Yeah, man. Defense is good, offense is bad, and Northern Illinois, they just had the ball at the end of the game. I don't want to say luck, but they just played their cards right. They had the ball at the end of the game. Got a first down, held the ball, kicked the field goal, won the game. That's just how it goes. So. Yeah, this is going to be tough for Notre Dame. They're going to have to climb back and figure out that offense because the defense is there. I'm not worried about the defense. They're going to have to climb back, basically win out. Schedule's not too bad. They got Florida State and them bums on their schedule. So, it shouldn't be hard to, their schedule's not hard from here, even though we didn't think they would lose to Northern Illinois. But, they don't have a tough schedule to win out. So, I still believe in Notre Dame. I'm not going to give up just yet.
How about them Oklahoma State Cowboys too? Just want to throw that out there. Hey, we saw what you were talking about though. Arkansas had a lot of young players making fucking plays.
Yeah,
That tight end was a beast. That quarterback has some fucking juice. Hey, I get it, man. I get it.
Quentin Jackson.
Yeah. Lee, what stood out to you this past weekend?
Northern Illinois beating Notre Dame. Like no one saw that coming. And fun fact, I know it was a shortened season by Riley Leonard due to injury, but this is four straight games where he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I heard a lot about that. It was just automatic that he was going to fucking be leading the charge out there.
Yeah, the run game's great. Run game's good. It's that passing game. Riley's got to find at least one, maybe two receivers and find a connection with one of them.
Axe, you've hopped in here. What stood out to you this past weekend? College football. What's on your mind?
There were a lot of close games. Kansas State and Tulane. They had an intriguing.
That's what I'm usually going to open the show with. Is college football every week is a good slate. You just don't know which games are going to be good. But this week especially, I had to start off with DAR Sports Media. Yeah, that's my Michelle. So.
Yeah,
Tulane, there is every week.
Yeah, Tulane played well. Bowling Green played Penn State very close. Texas, they made a statement. I definitely think they're for sure a playoff team.
I told you what was going to happen. In the words of Sid Justice, sure. I told you.
Yeah, it was a lot, man, and of course, Brother Freeman's in trouble. I don't think he's going to make it after this year. This is his second horrible loss.
Really?
He said, Brother Freeman.
Yeah, like, remember he lost to Marshall a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 20-point favorite, so he can't keep stacking these losses. He hasn't won enough to balance out these horrible, historically bad losses. And he's a black coach, too. He out of here after this year. I hate to say it. Want him to do well, but they ain't playing that shit.
I think, well, obviously it'll depend on how the rest of the year goes. And I also think it will depend on who else is available.
He just needs to be a defense coordinator. That's his ministry.
It's starting to seem like it. Maybe he'll go out there and he'll help out old Dion. That's obviously probably, yeah, hey, you know what? That Colorado defense put out a much better effort in the second half. That was fucking 0 points given up in the second half. I'm just saying, they look fucking hopeless. They look absolutely fucking hopeless because that offensive line can't do nothing still. It's a shit show. Teams little. I almost want to say I don't know if they're going to win a game, but the team still has talent. So just you got to think at some point they're going to get it together. They're going to wake up and kind of get things figured out. You guys got any thoughts on that Nebraska-Colorado game there, Axe?
Man, Nebraska's defense was on their scalp the whole game. Like, that shit was treacherous. I don't know, man. Like, you can say whatever you want about Matt Rule in the NFL, but college-wise, he got some cooking in Nebraska. Like, he got
that job in the NFL for. I said that last week. He got that job for a reason. Because he built up both Temple and Baylor. And Baylor was a fucking nuclear wasteland when he got there because of the Art Briles fucking.
Yeah. They really were.
Yeah. So Matt Rule, fuck around if you want to. Forget him if you want. And it's a different ball game now with NIL stuff.
And last thing about Nebraska, quarterback's talented, but he gotta grow up. Get your own damn identity, man. Like, stop. He's a good player, but damn.
Where I was going with that was, because for a while it looked like schools like Nebraska, schools like Michigan, schools like Notre Dame, they might start to fall off a little bit because the way that the landscape was shifting, it's just, I just want to go somewhere with nice weather. Basically, and this is not a knock on anybody, it's just how it is. The younger the generations get, the less they're giving a fuck about this whole storied program and I get to play for this team. They're looking for, what can you do for me? Can you get me to the pros? Is it nice weather? Is it a fun place to be? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, now you have all the old heads who do believe in that tradition stuff, who got a lot of money in their pockets. I'm telling you right now, I would bet that Nebraska's NIL piggy bank or whatever the fuck we want to call those things, their booster pool that they can pay money out of is not lacking. I will fucking promise you that. Those people in that place, in that state, who went to that school don't give a fuck about nothing else but Nebraska football. I guarantee you they are not lacking in the NIL money department. So if this thing starts to get rolling a little bit, Matt Rule starts to do his thing, I would not be surprised to see a little resurgence there in Nebraska. And teams of that nature, coming back. Now the tradition thing is going to come back around and still boost these teams. It's just going to be in a different way. It's going to be all those people who are so in love with those traditions, who are now, whatever they are, successful people, successful adults, pumping NIL money into these schools and getting the best players to come there and get paid nicely. Which, fuck yeah, good for them. Tay, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Well, Notre Dame first off. I want to see.
You're looking forward to that? You're looking forward to seeing that?
Yeah, I like Notre Dame. I'm not gonna. I mean, that 18th seed. I'm not gonna just flip.
Grotesque.
Yeah, I'm not gonna flip. But yeah, I want to see if they. I mean, they're playing a better team than they played last week. So I don't know. It's kind of funny. They beat a ranked team week 1, and then So yeah, I just want to see how they bounce back. Kind of like what I was looking forward to.
Technically, their season's on the line this weekend, so
it is. It's on the line every week.
Yeah, it's on the line every week now.
Yeah.
Max, what games are you looking forward to this weekend?
It's actually some intriguing matchups. So I'm looking at the schedule now. Arizona and Kansas State tomorrow for a Friday night game is actually pretty dope.
Pretty dope. Two teams that a lot of people liked a lot coming into the year, but had sort of underwhelming performances within the first couple of weeks. So it's a I don't know if it's a loser leaves town match exactly, but kind of close to it coming up this weekend between those two schools that a lot of people liked a lot as a sleeper. So yeah, that is very interesting for tomorrow night.
Then I see Boston College and Missouri. We'll see if Boston College is good or weird cheeks. Because people thought Georgia Tech was good until Syracuse beat the sleeves off of them.
Georgia Tech's good. No, don't do that.
Georgia Tech's solid, but Syracuse
no.
Y'all like a whole new man in Syracuse.
Florida State.
See, how you feel about that? Is Ohio State
better?
You find Marvin Harrison for shit last year.
I don't feel great about that, to be honest.
He got better.
Yeah, but those are like the best matchups I see. Maybe Oregon State's good. We'll see. I doubt it.
I don't know. Oregon's another team that's really fucking underachieved the first couple of weeks, haven't they?
Yeah, I wasn't moved by that game against Idaho.
There's two.
Or Boise State.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty last week either. So might be some surprises coming down. Might have been some stuff we thought before the season that ain't gonna exactly work out. Because that's another team that has not been impressive, and we had high hopes for. What about you there, Harvey? What's up?
Does this season give you shades of 09 early on?
It's getting there. It almost did because there was a couple of almost like, oh shit, the sky is falling situations that happen. We'll see though. It's 09 and what was the other one? 07, 08. Yep. Yeah.
07.
Like everybody kept rotating from the second spot. Everybody
in that season when USF got all the way up to what was it, number 3 or number 2? Right. Shit was getting wild. What are you looking forward to this weekend there, Lee Harvey?
Yeah, I honestly like that Boston College Missouri game. So
Missouri 16-point favorites.
That's
interesting
a lot
to me. Yeah,
that's a lot for a Missouri team that we think they're good, think they're great, but we don't know for sure yet. We know about Brady Cook and Luther Burden, but this would be their first real test. and we know Boston College plays a physical brand of football. I just want to see if Missouri's up to it.
So obviously, what I'm usually looking forward to is the betting opportunities coming up in each weekend. And we have the biggest spread of the year so far, where Tennessee is favored by 49 over Kent State.
Oh yeah.
Not even a deep. You said, oh yeah. You think so? 50 points?
Yes, they're gonna beat them by 60. Yes.
He might score 49 in the first half, honestly.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Clip this out. I'm gonna get my man from Ace from UFM to clip this out. Axe, what do you think? No go. You're not gonna jump in on that?
Yeah, I'll definitely take the over. Like Tennessee just looks a little different this year.
I know we like Tennessee a lot. They look like they might be a dark horse, man, because they put hands and feet in the streets on fucking NC State.
Yeah, so Kent State, respect to the MAC conference. I'm not trying to be too disrespectful, but they ain't got nothing for Tennessee.
50 points.
Yes, they lost to St. Francis, PA last week. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Apollo, you're a betting man. You're not really a huge college football guy, but you're a betting man. 50 points. Just the spread alone. And it's 2 D1 teams, not a D1 and a D2. That makes me interested. What do you think?
Yeah, take the over on that.
Oh my goodness.
Like I was seeing, what was it, last week and week before, like teams getting blown out 69-7 and shit. I'm like,
yeah, it happens in college football.
I was like, Jesus Christ. like teams getting shut out 58-0, like good God.
Tennessee did rip the absolute fire out of NC State last week. So.
Yeah, like good Lord. I mean, now
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, I guess the only benefit of those games is, just to get in the check for the smaller schools. But like, hope the check was worth it. Because golly, you still gotta have pride, man. Like that's
great. You could be Northern Illinois and get $1.5 million.
Yeah, Northern Illinois got paid $1.5 million and they won the fucking game. There you go.
There you go. Hey, that's what's up.
Since we got a little bit of time left, Axe, you jumped in a little bit late. Thoughts on this fucking Pac-12 situation?
What's going on? Can you fill me in on that?
Oh, okay. You missed it this morning. So middle of the night, last night, Pac-12 announced and then shortly after welcomed Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State. They are attempting a comeback, the Pac-12, bringing teams back in. The rumor is Cal and Stanford might jump back from the ACC. Crazy times.
Okay, so updated Mountain West, it sounds like.
That's the other thing we were talking about right when you joined. Is it going to be an updated Mountain West? And what does that mean? Does that mean we're going to see some of the D2 powerhouses jump up to D1? Because I don't know about you, but I feel like Montana or North Dakota State could have a chance at winning the Mountain West. And if they win the Mountain West, they could get in the playoffs.
That's a good point. Yeah, and definitely Cal and Stanford don't belong in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Like, it doesn't make sense. So, yeah, like I've hated all this realignment. Like, I still feel the way about Maryland not being in the ACC. Like, us in Big Ten doesn't really make sense. I don't love it. It killed all the basketball rivalries.
It killed all the basketball rivalries, and it ain't made sense from a fucking success standpoint. That's for goddamn sure. Since it happened, because y'all went from being like a kind of an interesting ACC team to being a fucking doormat year in and year out.
And the thing is, as a Maryland resident, We like the basketball team more than the football team. We didn't give a fuck about the football team.
Maryland is a basketball team. They were a pure basketball school until the Under Armour guy kind of made it big, and then Maryland started to become sort of like the Oregon of the East, where the mogul of this hip sportswear brand was alumni, and so they had all the coolest shit, and that's kind of faded over the years, and now they're just a Big Ten doormat.
Damn shame, man.
Damn shame. Well, what's not a damn shame is the Pac-12 coming back. We're all fucking happy to see that. We're happy. We would be happy to see one or two of those D2 powerhouses make a shocking move and move up and take their fucking shot. DAR Sports Media, we take our shot at bringing you guys in every single week. Please check out earlier in the week on the page. Did our NFL show Tuesday. It's up right now, talking about the ongoings in the NFL. What's coming up this week? Me and True did a real fun week in wrestling. If that's your bag, check that out. True has an album that just dropped this week out. Look for it. True and Apollo together have an album coming out next month. Check for that. Apollo has an album out right now. Look for it. Apollo, what's the name of that bad boy?
So right now, me and Black Shaggy got the Sin Project that just came out.
There you go.
And then coming soon next week, Bird Sing Revert to the Ultimate Edition is coming out. And it's basically going to be the deluxe edition and the regular edition put together with a couple of bonus tracks. And
that's out on all streaming platforms, I'm guessing?
Yes, all streaming platforms.
Yes, sir. All of you out there, if you like your turn of the century type rap, this ain't the type of rap that you hear going on around on the radio right now. This is turn of the century, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, golden age of rap style rapping. Check it the fuck out. All streaming platforms. Because that's all a DER does. Is put out that kind of stuff. Put out this kind of coverage. Always great articles going up on the Medium site, so check that out too. As you can see, we're in a little bit of every fucking thing, and that is because the world of DAR never stops.
I let it get too far, bearing the cross like Knights Templar. For my children, I'm the exemplar. Gem star, twinkle in my kids' eyes, it makes me want to cry. Self-prophecy, not accepting mediocrity. Socrates was a thief, shame on the democracy. Dealing with enough, let alone the cops blocking me. Anything else is obsolete. Forsake Pete, I will defeat all that lays at my feet. Keep the biz discreet. $1,000 vacation homes with expensive feasts. Some niggas say they friends but lie through their teeth. Loose lips, pillow talking this shit. Getting themselves in the mix, plotting on your chick. But I ain't changed a bit. I'm as real as it gets. Still pounding my fist. Shock Sports is a hit. All my time in the grit. DAR Media, we send it a blitz. Fuck all the glamour and glitz, yeah. Flow master, dope habits, wrote couplets, flow patterns. Justin Jefferson with catches, you can see the toe dragging. Old spasms, old fashions, Pele, old classics, old Bama, roll tide, but I ain't doing no passing. Got these people claiming gangster, no you ain't that dog. Even producers turning shaky, yeah you ain't that dog. Niggas is bitch made pussy, yeah you ain't that dog. But I seen this shit coming, trust me, let me think back dog. They tell me that karma's a bitch and how it came back dog. I supported all of them artists when they ain't back y'all. See, it's funny, this industry, you couldn't change that dog. So when I see them play their tactics, I just aim that dog. Cause these niggas ain't been that honest, but no loyalty. I said we needed royalties, and motherfuckers went and looked astonished. This is candid, but it's random. If you think a show and promise, cause they hate you if you asking questions before moving onward. These MCs are in it only now for opportunities. Place missing checks, a tagline that done influenced them. But see, this is obvious, and even now no unity in fighting black men not of the same community. Damn, now who we are? Not real ones, I see it clear. Niggas steady talking, but they can't name 8 chests in its form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed. Niggas steady talking, but they can't main. 8 chests in this form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed.